Right, Ms. Ruparel. So how can women entrepreneurship be made easier in India?
So thank you very much, first of all, for having me here. One of the best examples, just to get straight to the point, is the Business World Accelerate, Women Accelerate program, which I am here for. And I think, first of all, this is one initiative clearly which should be encouraged. But I think overall, if I look at it, I've been in the entrepreneur ecosystem now for over 2 decades, and I clearly see that women entrepreneurship has grown dramatically. Entrepreneurship itself has grown dramatically, but women are now coming out of the woodwork and setting up companies. And we have several companies which are women-led. We have Tatva Spa, we have Fab Ali, all women entrepreneurs who have built companies, and they're growing extremely well, and in competitive spaces like e-commerce and spa chains and IP, in which Sand Shadow is there. So these are, this is happening. How do you encourage it is, I think, in 2 or 3 ways. One, celebrating the existing women entrepreneurs who've got going, both who have been iconic like Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, but more importantly the younger generation, the newer entrepreneurs who've made it. I think it's extremely important to give them the stage, give them celebrate, because becoming an entrepreneur in itself is a risk, which is a huge risk. And I think for women, especially in our society in India, to have stepped out and taken this whole risk is even a bigger risk, number one. Number two, I think there is a clear need for women to get into entrepreneurship, both from their personal scenarios, but I think they bring in a very big element into play, which can be leveraged very well. So they have an ability for, they have a tolerance for ambiguity, if I may say so. So they are able to work in conceptual, unknown factors. You know, just think about it, we all get married into an unknown family, I mean in India specifically, right? And they have the ability to work in the conceptual and unknown and join the dots and create something out of it. That is clearly one. Second is, I think we have an ability as women to also think through intelligence, but also emotions, and that brings a big element into the entrepreneur ecosystem, where chemistry at times is much more important than just binding things together. And this can be leveraged by existing startups, existing entrepreneurial ventures, and you know, that's breeding right across the country, by actually bringing in women, potential women entrepreneurs into the startup ecosystem, working with startups, working with companies which have got going. And I think this will provide them, quote unquote, a kind of a training ground, which will be very useful not only to the company, because they bring in these skills which I just mentioned, but it gives them a kind of a training ground. Number three, I think the whole entrepreneur ecosystem that is flourishing around the country, if you notice one thing, is there are a lot of women who are the facilitators of this entrepreneur ecosystem. Think about NASSCOM 10,000 startups, Sangeeta is there. If you look at TIE, you have Geetika in Delhi. You look at women entrepreneurs, we in Bangalore, we have Sucharita there. So, you know, the fact that women are getting involved in these quote unquote ecosystem plays, I think that's a very encouraging sign, because many will get there and then get inspired and move on. So I think that's another way that we can encourage them. Fourth, I think even in our academics, as we build this whole entrepreneur ecosystem, which sort of is very necessary, you know, that I think creating jobs is a need in this country, and entrepreneurship, as you know, is job creation rather than just job seeking, and women can do this much better. So to me, entrepreneurship is not only the large companies, a Flipkart or you know, anything large which raises money, but even I think entrepreneurship, being able to create Soho companies or you know, confectionery companies, bakery companies, I think that needs to be celebrated. We don't do enough. In the second and third tier towns, perfect opportunity to create very nice small businesses, but it is entrepreneurial, and who knows where that goes. I mean, when Vandana Luthra started, did she really think she's going to raise money and become a chain? And I think that is where the stories need to come out, the opportunities need to be blasted, and I think media obviously has a very big role to play, because I meet a lot of women, potential entrepreneurs, who says, what do I do? Kare to kya kare? Karna hai, but kare to kya kare? So I think that is another thing we can do as an ecosystem, join hands with different people, media, government, organizations like IAN, which is into investing in early stage companies, TIE, all of these can come and actually build this ecosystem and bring these opportunities to play. And I think it's just sort of igniting the mind and igniting people about it.
If you have to name 3 major challenges the startups, women startups are facing right now, just the 3 major ones.
I think one is really saying where is the next opportunity, which I can do. There are lots of opportunities, but something that they can get their hands around and say, okay, hey, this is a great idea. That is, I think, one big. I hear this over and over again. Okay, the second is, I think, mentoring. Women entrepreneurs. The mentoring, yes, there is the business plan mentoring, the strategic mentoring, which are there for all mentors. But I think a lot of women mentors are also required to bring in the quote-unquote women angle of it, into say, look, you have a home and children a home to run and children to bring up, but you can do it. This is how I did it. This is what you could think of doing. I think women mentors also are very important. People need business. They need mentors from different aspects of life. So that, I think, mentoring is the second. And the reality is that we need to breed a whole quote-unquote safe ecosystem for women to get even incubated. I mean, when you do a startup, it is not a 9-to-5 job. It's almost a 24/7 job or a 24/7 activity. How can you create protected in terms of safe environments where they can start up, breed their companies, get the right mentoring, get the right investors to work in? But if those happen, I mean, look at Map My Genome, yesterday's story or day before story, completely Anu's baby, and an interesting space of genomics raise money, and I think that's what is very encouraging. I have to say, from an investor perspective, when we look at companies, we don't literally look as, oh, this is women-led or a man-led. I think we look at the entrepreneur as a person. Can he make it? Does he have it? And is he class A entrepreneur? Or is she a class A entrepreneur? It's a person. And I think that is how investors will look at it, and that is something that needs to be bred in everybody's mind. Investors are not putting money because you're a woman or a man. They're putting in money because you are the best guy or the best woman to do it.